So welcome to lesson number 2 of this 5-part series on salary and negotiation. In this lesson, we learn the 6 hidden truths plus one major benefit of salary negotiation. In lesson 1, we learned how valuable negotiation is to you, how much it can grow your income throughout the course of your career. And in this particular lesson, we are going to go deeper and see how you can even grow your salary by more than 10 times throughout the course of your career. And also, there is one major benefit of learning this particular skill, which will also interestingly help multiply your salary by several factors in a very short period of time. But we'll go over it step by step. As usual, each of these lessons will have practical exercise, and the idea behind this is to make sure that you are able to use the knowledge and skills that I'm sharing with you in your life immediately. My name is David Karanja, and I am the course creator of the Salary Negotiation Mastery course, and I am delivering this free course to you so that you're able to start your journey in growing your income in the workplace. So let's go directly into the 6 truths, the 6 secrets of negotiation that nobody will usually tell you until today, until this particular course. And let's dive into truth number 1. The first truth is this: you will not earn what you deserve, you will earn what you negotiate. And this is a fact of life. Dr. Chester Karas wrote a book in 1994 titled In Business as in Life. You will not earn what you deserve, you will earn what you negotiate. And the truth is, a lot of people are highly qualified in getting better jobs, in getting better salaries. However, the people who seem to go up the ranks are the ones who sell themselves, and sometimes the people who sell themselves correctly, who package and brand themselves, personal branding, who are able to also speak clearly about their value to an organization, are the ones who move up the ranks. They're the ones who end up with the promotions. They're the ones who end up with the better salaries. These are the people who know how to negotiate, not the, and unfortunately for those who feel you are deserving, you feel that you deserve, if you do not negotiate, you will probably remain stagnant in your career or in your workplace. And this is a truth which very few people are told, but this is what happens in the world out there. It's a reality of life. Therefore, you need to know that you have to start um, learning how to negotiate so that so that you can earn what you deserve and not just what you have been given. And let's go into truth number 2, which I also found. Good employers actually highly value and respect employees who negotiate. And this is actually a truth which you discover as you move up in your career, in your workplace. Why is this so? The reason is simply because when you negotiate, it shows that you value yourself and you respect yourself and the value you're bringing to the organization. And therefore, when you respect yourself, it's very easy for other people to respect you, including your employer. And this also means other things to the employer. One, it means that you will negotiate with suppliers for better deals, you will negotiate with partners, good partnerships, and the other thing is you'll negotiate with customers. If you're able to confidently negotiate with your employer, those similar skills are the ones which you'll use in the workplace to get better deals for the company. And therefore, good employers who are able to identify this skill in you will also uh, highly value you, and you'll actually find they'll be giving you more and more assignments in this regard in the workplace because of this particular skill. Therefore, you need to know that negotiation is something that's respected and valued. And also, people who rise up the ranks typically are good negotiators, and they recognize that somebody who's negotiating is also keen on rising up the ranks and growing their value in the company. And this brings us to truth 3, that negotiating your salary is a learned career skill. Just like sales, admin, marketing, HR, project management, leadership skills, whatever skills you have in the workplace, even team, when people are in team buildings, these are all, working in a teamwork, these are all skills which are career skills, which generally you find that employers and companies are willing to pay for their employees. However, salary negotiation is a skill which nobody will pay for you. You have to make the decision on your own to know that I have to learn how to negotiate my salary and present my value to the organization. And it is a learned skill. It's not something which you are born with. You have to learn it. And I learned this through my business, and also through teaching other people that if you don't know how to negotiate, then you get a raw deal at work, then you also start getting demoralized. Therefore, you need to know this skill, learn it, learn how to do it well, and you achieve the spectacular results. And the beauty is, this particular course, by lesson 5 in this free course, you will be able to know what to do when you're negotiating your salary and how to do it professionally. So let's go to truth number 4. Expertly negotiating your salary makes you a better worker. I have actually found this to be true, because the more you are negotiating, the more you realize what your strengths are and your weaknesses are, and the more you realize how to capitalize on your strengths, as well as to know how to weaken your weaknesses, so that your weaknesses do not affect you in the workplace. This happens automatically. The other thing that I have found is that as you get a higher salary and you become more fulfilled in the workplace, you're also able to, people tend to become more interested in the company, more interested in working for their boss, for the, because the company, you feel it values you. And this is a truth which I really want you to experience. You need to learn how to do it expertly, and then you'll see that even your mood, even your demeanor in the workplace, your interest in your work will increase, and this makes you a better worker. The other truth is that expert negotiators are most likely going to become the top leaders in their companies. Again, this happens almost naturally. The more you realize your value in the workplace, the more you realize how to speak to, how to, the more you realize the opportunities for you and for your career in the workplace. And what happens is, generally, as you also get a higher salary, sometimes also this comes with promotions, and you realize the more you negotiate even for a promotion, and the more you realize your strengths in different areas, and you know what weaknesses you need to work on and reduce, the more you realize that you have the potential for leadership in your company. And actually, we are going to go into this truth number 5 in lesson 3. I'm going to link what I'll be teaching in lesson 3 with this particular truth of why expert negotiators also actually become top leaders, or have the most potential of becoming top leaders in their companies. And finally, truth number 6 is that if you negotiate your salary regularly, you can multiply it by 10 times, by over 10 times. And actually, this one, we're going to go over it in an example. So for example, you are 28 years old and you begin negotiating your salary. Every 2 years, if you're able to negotiate a 30% increase every 2 years, if you're 28, within 16 years, you will have grown your salary by over 10 times, and that's by age 44. And we're going to go over it just right away. So assume you have, at the age of 28, you have a salary of 30,000 shillings. You can put whatever number. This example actually works with any number. The mathematics which we'll do, which is pretty straightforward, you will see that it can work for any number. So let's just assume your salary is 30,000 at the age of 28, and you decide to negotiate your salary. So your first negotiation goes well, you get a 30% increase, and you have 39,000 shillings as a salary. So, and by the way, the salary negotiation works. You can actually multiply your salary by even 50%. It's something I have seen with everybody that I have helped, because if you're able to put across your value in the company, you're able to show them that you're valuable, they will give you the salary in which shows your value, and which will also be commensurate to the value provided the company. And let's go to now the next age. So you've worked for 2 years and increased your value again, and you're able to negotiate another 30% increase. You move to 50,000. This is very possible. This happens all the time, and as companies grow, they are able to absorb this. And then let's go to your next age. If you're 32, you have increased your value again. Like I said, the more you're negotiating, the more you're realizing your opportunities and your strengths, and you're able to capitalize on that. And you keep growing your salary, and you reach 65,000 shillings by age 32. Let's move on at 34. The next level would be 84,500 shillings, and I had to round down 65,910 to 65,000 so that we do not have too many decimal points in this particular example, but you can use it for any number. So let's continue. At age 36, if you're able to increase your value again, you get a salary increase up to 109,000 a month of salary, and this is within a period of, from the age of 28 to 36. You've already grown your salary from 30,000 to 109,000 shillings. So again, I'll round down for purposes of avoiding decimal points. So at 38, you grow again your salary, you grow your value, and you're able to get an increase of 30%. How much is that? Comes to 141,700. Again, you've grown your value over a period of 2 years, and your company is happy with you. Again, you grow your salary another 30%. It comes to 184,210. And again, I'll round this down so that we avoid those decimal points. Then your age, at age 42, you grow again your salary by 30%. We are now at 239,000 at the age of 42. This is your monthly salary again, and then you go again 2 years, increase your value in the company, and they feel, wow, this man is or lady has done very good work for us, and they give you another 30% increase, and there you are at 310,960,000 shillings a month. And this is absolutely possible. People earn this kind of money even at 38, 36, even 35, 34. You can earn these amounts of money, but the key thing here is not the money, it's how many times you're able to grow your salary. And this is 10.36 times. If you divide 310,960 by 30,000, which you started with at age 28, see how much you have grown. Now, assuming you were to retire at 65 and you keep growing your value in the company, and they are able to continue giving you these kinds of increases, how much will you be earning by the age of 65? And if you continue this mathematics, you will see how you will grow your salary. So this is a fact. It happens, and I have seen it work with people across different sectors, and this is a truth people will not tell you. And this is why learning salary negotiation is a very valuable skill. And the critical thing is you need to show your value, and the company needs to believe that that's the value you provide, and you will see your salary increase. You need to negotiate. Truth one, what did we say? You do not earn what you deserve, you earn what you negotiate. So you know your value, but you negotiate to earn what is commensurate to your value. So let's go to the one major benefit I discovered about salary negotiation. In the previous example, this assumes you're working in one company, but here is one major benefit about negotiation. You have the potential to double your salary for a new job. So what happens usually is, if you're in your current company, sometimes it's difficult to exponentially grow your salary by even 100%, even if that is what that's your value. And the reason is, above 50-60% salary increase, especially at certain numbers, maybe around 60, 70, 80, 90,000 shillings. If you start, if you're able to show, okay, I'm valuable and I can earn 100% increase, what happens is sometimes that might cause different issues within the company that you're working for. However, if you're negotiating with a new company, they do not know your original salary, they do not know your current salary at your current job, and therefore if you're able to outline your value and they ask you what salary are you looking for, you negotiate based on the value you have calculated. Do not negotiate based on the value that you're being paid, based on the salary you're being paid. You say you are valued at X salary, and it could be double, it could be even triple, depending on how valuable your skills are. And if you've not been negotiating but you've been doing very valuable work, and even the job you're qualified, that you're interviewing for, you're qualified, you'll discover that maybe they can afford to pay you that double salary. That's one major benefit of salary negotiation. You will be able to negotiate much better deals, much better salaries for yourself, and you can easily double your salary. You can move from 50,000 to 100,000 and above. You can move from 100,000 to over 200,000 in your new negotiation, and it's very possible. The critical thing is, are you able to adequately outline your value to this new organization? And these are the 6 hidden truths. Truth number 1 is, you do not earn what you deserve, you earn what you negotiate. Truth number 2, we talked about okay, let us go back. In truth number 2, that good employers highly value and respect employees who negotiate. Truth 3, you need to learn salary negotiation just the same way you learn other career skills. Truth number 4 is, expertly negotiating your salary makes you a better worker, and we've gone over that. Truth number 5, that expert negotiators of their salaries are also likely to become the top leaders in their companies, and this, I'll actually go into it a little bit more in lesson number 3 of this 5-part video series. And truth 6 is that if you're able to negotiate your salary regularly, you can multiply your salary by more than 10 times. Therefore, the next step is, in lesson 3, I'm going to go over the 2 main reasons employers will give you a raise, and this is how you're able to calculate your value to your company. This is a very, very important lesson, and you need to be there, and we'll go over this, and then we will touch on the truth number 5 on how you can become a top leader in your company using this what you learn in this particular lesson. So today, first we're going to, or rather right now in this lesson, I'll ask you to take some time for 2 exercises. Exercise number 1, based on your current age up to 65 years or your preferred retirement age, how much can you grow your salary if you were to negotiate a 30% increase every 2 years? What if you could negotiate a 50% increase every 2 years? Look at those two and see how much you can grow your salary. And for 30%, you multiply your current salary by 1.3 and then repeat every 2 years. For 50%, multiply your current salary by 1.5 and then repeat that for every 2 years up to your retirement age, whether it's 60, 55, even 70. It's up to you. The critical thing is you should be able to show your value, and that we'll learn in lesson number 3. The other exercise I'll ask you to do, based on knowing in Truth 3 we say salary negotiation is a learned skill. If you are to learn this skill, how much time are you willing to give it? Are you willing to give an hour a week, 2 hours a week, 5 hours a week? It's very important that you know how much time you should dedicate to learning this particular skill. And I recommend that you look at your calendar. In the next 1 week, you set aside time to learn and say, okay, this is the day and time, and go over this particular course on salary negotiation. Go over, especially from actually all lessons, from lesson 1 to lesson 5, on what you need to do to become a better negotiator of your salary. Put that date and time and plan for it. If you need to sacrifice some sleep, some fun time, I recommend that, because this can actually grow your income by more than 10 times, and we've already seen that in the examples that I've given here. So look out for lesson 3 on the 2 main reasons why employers are going to give you a salary increase. And thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, email learning@craneconsultinghouse.com and I'll be very happy to respond. So see you in lesson number 3.